Light is Britain's far-right conspiracy theory paper spreading hate and vicious lies. No, that's what the BBC say. The Light is the only national newspaper bringing you the real news and informed opinion on what's really going on today. You can subscribe, order copies, submit articles, and read back issues on our website, thelightpaper.co.uk, and see for yourself why the establishment are so worried about the uncensored truth getting out to people every month. The Light Paper. Not far right, just right so far. thelightpaper.co.uk.
Scene script. Have you ever pondered the idea of financial independence and early retirement? The notion of not having to clock in at 9 or wrestle with the daily grind? Imagine a life where you're not shackled by financial obligations or a demanding job. It's not an impossible dream, but a reality for those who embrace the FIRE movement. That's financial independence, retire early. Consider the tale of Jane, a woman in her early 30s. Jane was an ordinary person living an ordinary life. She had a 9-to-5 job, a mortgage, car payments, and a lifestyle that was comfortable but hardly extravagant. And like most people, she dreamed of a life where she didn't have to worry about money. Jane decided to make a change. She began by cutting back on non-essential expenses, saving as much of her income as possible. She invested wisely, focusing on assets that generated passive income that didn't require her to trade time for money. Slowly but surely, Jane began to build her financial independence. She was still working, but she was no longer living paycheck to paycheck. She had a safety net, a cushion that gave her the freedom to make choices based on what she wanted, not what she needed. Fast forward 10 years, Jane, now in her early 40s, had achieved her goal. She was financially independent. She had enough passive income to cover her living expenses, and she no longer needed to work to survive. She was free to retire early, to spend her time as she pleased. Jane's story may seem extraordinary, but it's not unique. It's the story of anyone who has embraced the principles of the FIRE movement. It's a tale of discipline, of sacrifice, and of a relentless pursuit of financial independence. To summarize, the key points discussed today revolve around the idea of financial independence and early retirement. It requires discipline and sacrifice, cutting back on non-essential expenses and saving as much as possible. It involves investing wisely, focusing on assets that generate passive income. But most importantly, it requires a change in mindset. It's about seeing money not as a means to buy things, but as a tool to buy freedom. It's about understanding the true value of time and the freedom that comes with not having to trade it for money. This is the essence of the FIRE movement. It's not just about retiring early, it's about achieving financial independence, about gaining the freedom to live life on your own terms. Like Jane, you too can embrace the principles of the FIRE movement and embark on a journey towards financial independence and early retirement. After all, the only thing standing between you and your financial freedom is you.
Ever wondered how much you'd need to save to achieve financial independence? The answer lies within the mathematics of a concept known as FIRE, which stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early. The most essential number in your journey to financial independence is calculated by multiplying your annual spend by 25. Notice the emphasis on annual spend, not annual income. This calculation is based on the principle that you need £300 invested for every pound you wish to spend each month in passive income. Hence, your FIRE number is also your monthly spend times 300. This mathematical principle is founded on the 4% safe withdrawal rate, as defined by financial advisor William Bengen. He proposed this rate after analyzing the S&P 500, which typically produces an average of better than 10% growth per year when studied over a period of approximately 30 years. Bengen considered factors such as inflation and market volatility. After studying previous market activity, he concluded that a 4% rate of withdrawal per year would provide for a 30-year sustainable portfolio in the vast majority of cases. So to paint a clearer picture, if your monthly spend is £1,000, then your target for financial independence is 300 times 1,000, or £300,000. Alternatively, if your annual spend is £12,000, your financial independence target is 25 times 12,000, which also equates to £300,000. The first step in planning your financial independence, therefore, lies in understanding your monthly and yearly expenditure. Without this knowledge, it is impossible to take further strides towards your financial freedom. In summary, the mathematics of FIRE revolves around the principle of multiplying your annual spend by 25 or your monthly spend by 300 based on the 4% safe withdrawal rate. Knowing your monthly and annual spend is crucial in determining the amount you need to save to achieve financial independence. Armed with this knowledge, you can then plan your journey towards financial freedom. Remember, the journey to financial independence is not a sprint, but a marathon. Embrace the mathematics of FIRE and take the first step towards your financial independence today.
Good morning, guys. It is 10:40 on Tuesday, the 14th of January 2025, and that means that we've got 2 years and 41 weeks completed of what will be roughly an 8-year financial independence experiment. Let's have a look and see how things are sitting just now. So the market is open. We, as always, are trading the Vanguard S&P 500 exchange traded fund, traded here on the London Stock Exchange, priced in pounds. And as you can see, the value currently is sitting at £91, 24p, and the price is up about a percent today. Now that's perhaps slightly misleading because I think it closed down yesterday a fair amount, and as you can see, if I zoom that in there, basically, let me see, was there a date there, 25th of November, so actually pretty much since the end of November, so roughly for the past 6 weeks or so, we have seen what I would call a plateauing of the price. It seems as if price has kind of leveled out at that current rate until the next change. Obviously you get daily fluctuations, and the price that we see here will be influenced to a certain extent by exchange rate volatility, although not as much as it would be if we had purchased in dollars directly. So the current portfolio value is 22,900 odd. The average purchase price currently sitting at 69.31 and a half. My prediction is that that'll go to 69.43 after today's investment. And in terms of the stats underneath here, well, the days range probably pretty nonsensical at present, but obviously it's sitting at the higher end of the range for the day. If you look at the 52-week range, we are sitting at the very top of that as well. So price about as high as we have seen in recent times. Guys, before I go ahead and look at the notifications, let me just draw your attention to Monzo.
I want a bank that makes money easy.
That sounds perfectly reasonable.
And you are?
We're a bank called Monzo.
I want a bank that shows me what I spend instantly.
No problem, just give us a go. See?
Can you make splitting bills easy?
Super easy, check this out.
But it's a real faff to sign up.
It takes less than 10 minutes.
Race you.
You're on.
Can I talk to a real person 24/7?
Of course.
Even now?
Yep.
Even now?
Anytime.
Can you tell me when I'm running a little low on cash?
We certainly can.
Cool. Can I afford these?
You certainly can't, sorry. Can't afford that either.
That's a real shame.
Not really. Time's up, how'd you get on?
It's a draw.
Can you help me save for my next holiday?
Oh, how about you set up a savings pot in the Monzo app called Barbados, baby?
Thanks for listening, Monzo.
We're all ears.
You can go now.
Rude. You make Monzo Monzo.
Okay, so as you could see there is a Monzo affiliate link in the description for this video. I have espoused what I believe to be the benefits of Monzo many times in the past. I'm not going to go back over it again today. But suffice to say, it is my preferred account for everyday current account operations. And I also have an account with Monzo for one of my under 16s, which I find is really good, really customizable, lets me stay exactly on top of everything that is happening, and yeah, in terms of everything you would want to know as a parent, it is all there. Okay, so let's have a look at the notifications. I'm starting at the bottom. This time 21 hours ago, mRNA disappoints. Moderna plunges 19% after slashing 2025 revenue forecast by $1 billion. ITCI intracellular therapies rallies 34% on 14.6 billion Johnson & Johnson acquisition deal. So I'm going to suggest it looks as if there's a little bit of consolidation taking place in Big Pharma. Quantum stocks plunge. Rigetti Computing down 12%. D-Wave Quantum down 20% amid rising doubts over Quantum's near-term utility. And then finally, Nvidia drops 2.5% as the outgoing Biden administration imposes new AI chip export restrictions. Okay, this is an interesting story. It's not something that is going to be not something that you're going to see happen very often. But whenever a country decides to impose export restrictions on a particular product, that suggests to me that they believe that there is some kind of proprietary technology, basically some sort of new, innovative, probably game-changing proprietary knowledge, technology, innovation, whatever you want to call it, contained in that product that they do not want the competitors, they don't want the foreign competitors getting their hands on that knowledge, or at least not just yet. So what they have done is well, actually it doesn't say an export ban, it says export restrictions. So actually that's not a ban, at least not from my interpretation. It seems like it's more of a limiting, perhaps. Maybe the idea is to favour the US market, to ensure that there is no shortage of these chips to US companies, manufacturers. Although at the same time, if you think about it, whenever you actually look and see where the majority of devices, where the majority of electronics are actually manufactured. Once they've kind of got to that stage, once they've got beyond the R&D stage, quite often you'll find that devices are manufactured on the other side of the world, and then shipped back whenever they have been manufactured in order to be sold in the original country again. And the determining factor there is, quite frankly, labour costs, and nothing more and nothing less. So interesting story. AI chip export restrictions. I mean, here's another suggestion, probably far off the mark, but you know, if you actually wanted to if you wanted to draw foreign attention to a particular product or technology, what's the best way to do that? Well, maybe let them know that they're not going to be able to buy unlimited amounts of it, and then they're probably going to be scratching their heads thinking, right, so what's so good about this that you want to keep it all for yourself? Just my suggestions, of course. So those were the notifications. Is there more? Alright, okay, it's just a social thing. I couldn't figure out why the dot was still there. Right, let's zoom back out again a little bit. So just for context, this V thing here, that's the COVID effect and V-shaped recovery. And then obviously you can see the progress ever since that. As I say, it appears as though things may have plateaued slightly just over the last 6 weeks or so. Let's go ahead and buy our weekly £120 worth of the S&P 500. This is the practice platform. I don't actually reveal my own investment portfolio, but this is basically intended to prove or disprove the FIRE methodology over the period of roughly 8 years. Reason it's 8 years is that the practice account here on Trading 212 comes with 50,000 theoretical pounds, and at a rate of £120 per week invested, it's going to take me about 8 years to invest the whole lot. As normal, I put this through as a market buy, so the market is open. I'm not going to put any limits or anything like that on. We're going to be buying roughly 1.3 shares. As I say, current average price 69.31, which I'm expecting to go to 69.43, I think. Let's send that through. As I say, market buy, no commission, and £120 total. So we bought 1.31 shares. We got them for 91.32.5, and the average purchase price has indeed gone to 69.43. So we are seeing an increase on the average purchase price currently of 11.5p each week, and that's due to the gap basically between the amount invested and the current portfolio value. So with that investment completed, and the market sitting at 91.24, we now have 252 shares. We have a portfolio value of just over 23,000. And the return on investment sitting just under 31.5%. I think that is pretty much it for today. All that remains for me to do basically is just to thank you for watching if you have been. Suggest that you consider the FIRE methodology, particularly if you are, let's say, a younger person. I would suggest if you are under 40, you could really make a big contribution to early retirement by investing regularly. and you could actually buy yourself some freedom further down the line. So guys, if you, as I say, if you enjoy the content, if you're interested in following the journey, why not subscribe to the channel? If you particularly enjoyed this one, why not give it a thumbs up, or as I've seen it described elsewhere, an up thumb. And I will be back again next week with more. Thank you for watching, and have a great end to your Tuesday. Bye for now.